Welcome back to What Matters This Week. I'm Lauren Maloney. Joining us this Sunday is Anore Horton, Executive Director of Hunger Free Vermont. Anore, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me, Lauren.
I know it's so important for you right now to talk about the push in Vermont for universal school meals. Easiest question first, where are we when it comes to, in your words, getting this through the State House?
Right. So S100, the Universal School Meals Act, is on its way to the floor of the Vermont House for a vote. And we expect the House to pass S100 next week and send it over to the Senate. So that's where we are in the process.
And this is universal school meals. And it's important to note that when it comes to Hunger Free Vermont, you are pushing for both breakfast and lunch.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, as everybody knows, I think who's watching, we've had universal school meals here in Vermont for the last 2 school years because of the COVID-19 pandemic. The federal government has been covering all the costs of school breakfast and school lunch nationwide for students. And so we have been working for universal school meals here in Vermont since before the pandemic happened. But now at this point, if we don't pass S100 and we don't make sure that both breakfast and lunch stay available to all students at no charge to their individual families, we're really going to be taking food away from thousands and thousands and thousands of children in our schools next school year. And we just can't let that happen.
Will this put an extra burden on food shelves and food banks when it comes to parents maybe dipping more into that allocation?
That's a really good question. And in fact, sadly, we are seeing that hunger is on the rise again right now, even with universal school meals in place. The Vermont Food Bank has seen record numbers of families gathering at some of their food distribution sites in different parts of the state in the last couple of months. And that's because so many of the pandemic economic support programs that have been in place have now ended. And so, but we can see from what's happening with hunger going back up again, that we are nowhere near back to normal. And many, many, many families in Vermont are struggling. So if we don't continue with universal school meals and have families and kids have the relief of that stress and anxiety about how kids are going to be able to eat and stay healthy at school, that is absolutely going to put an unsustainable burden on families right now. And I think you're right, we would see even greater use of our food shelves and food pantries, and the charitable food system really cannot sustain that level of increase at this time.
At the height of the pandemic, many families were offered, fresh milk as well when it came to going to those drop-off sites. Something I found out in my research here, Anore, that in 2018, there were 67 public schools in Vermont providing universal breakfast and lunch to all students at no charge. At that point, what was the atmosphere like then?
Yes, well, that's really important to know is that about 25% of Vermont's public schools were providing universal school breakfast and lunch before the pandemic started. And there was even a study that was done. Some researchers from the University of Vermont looked at what happened at those schools that had been providing universal school meals for several years and found some really amazing results. They found that not only, of course, did more students participate in the school meal program, and school nurses and teachers reported that they were able to stop having to have food in their drawers that they bought themselves to hand out to students, but they found that school bullying declined, that the kind of social atmosphere in the cafeteria and in the halls improved, that students were better able to focus and better able to learn, that student complaints of stomach aches and headaches declined, and that behavioral referrals to the principal's office also declined. I think that it's just the power of food to really ease students' anxiety and make it possible for students to learn and retain what they learn is amazing and can't be overstated.
Did the pandemic speed up an issue that you wanted more focus on, perhaps?
I do think that the pandemic has given a lot of momentum to S100. We were working on this bill, and the legislature was working on a universal school meals bill before the pandemic. But I think that the pandemic has made it clear that there are tremendous benefits to universal school meals. Not only does it ease stress and anxiety for students and families, but we've been finding that it really improves the workings of school meal programs. It makes it possible to get the cash registers out of the cafeterias, to focus more on scratch cooking, to it really improve the quality of meals for everyone. And even during this really difficult time during the pandemic, school nutrition directors have been reporting those results to us. So that's really exciting.
Tell me about lunch on the State House lawn this past Wednesday.
Yeah, so we had a lunch on the lawn where, of course, we provided a universal lunch to everyone and T-shirts and stickers. And we had some fantastic speakers. Some of our key champions in the legislature came out and talked to a hearty crowd of folks who turned out in the chilly, windy day that it was. Senator Bobby Starr and Senator Chris Pearson of the Agriculture Committees, who've been key champions from the beginning and helped to connect universal school meals with our farm to school programs and our new local food incentive purchasing program for schools that helps schools buy more local food and sustain our farm economies. And we had Representatives Aaron Brady and Jay Hooper from the House Education Committee. And that's been the committee that's really championed the bill this year and put lunch back in to make it a full universal school meals bill. And we had a high school student and a school nutrition director as well, who talked about the really wonderful changes they've seen in their schools as a result of universal school meals.
What do parents tell you about their concerns if the state has to go back to square one and this program drops?
Yeah, so the School Nutrition Association of Vermont did a survey, and they got over 700 responses to that survey from schools around the state, and parents participated in that survey, and they have shared things like just how worried they are about whether or not they're going to be able to afford to cover the costs of school meals if universal school meals goes away, and just what a relief it's been to be able to count on this one thing of knowing that they're going to be able to have food for their kids from schools on a regular basis this last couple of years when everything has been so uncertain and so chaotic. And I think it's really important to remember that the school meal program, as it's set up at the federal level, really does not reach many of the children who need these meals. The eligibility cutoff for these meals is actually quite low. It's less than $34,000 a year family income for a single parent with one child. That's the cutoff. And in Vermont, our joint fiscal office estimates that it would take $67,000 a year income to have that parent and child be able to meet their basic needs for a year. So you can see that that's a huge gap, and up to 40% of the students whose families really can't afford school meals and are even facing food insecurity are not eligible for free school meals under the old broken system. The only way to reach those students is with universal school meals.
Anore, the other side, and to play devil's advocate, the other key issue here is, can the state afford this? And what's your response to that?
Well, my response is that we can't afford not to do this as a state. There are so many proven benefits from students gaining 10 weeks worth of math and English language arts learning to improved mental and physical health, to a reduction of behavioral problems and behavioral disruptions in the classroom that interrupt learning for everyone. And you know, the big concern here is a question of stigma and dignity for our students and families. We hear all the time about students who are too embarrassed to eat the school meals, even if they're eligible, and other students, their friends, who are embarrassed to eat because they can afford it, but they know their friends can't. Many students are being missed in this old system. And if we don't pass S100 this year and we don't step up as a state to provide universal school meals, then we're really saying that we're okay with students going back to learning what it feels like to be hungry in our schools. And I just don't think that Vermonters are okay with that.
Anore from Hunger Free Vermont, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.